At the epicenter of the investigations and the focus and of the entire series of events is that car. It's a Hyundai 120 which suddenly exploded around 6:55 p.m. on Monday evening. It triggered a massive blaze which engulfed the nearby vehicles. 7 fire tenders rushed to the spot, quickly brought the flames under control. However, officials noted the absence of the shrapnel and crater damage, suggesting that the blast may not have involved a high-intensity device. Union Home Minister Amit Shah was one of the first ones to reach. The Delhi Chief Minister Rekha Gupta also visited the blast site and met the injured people who have been hospitalized at the LNJP hospital. It was a major development in one of the most crowded areas of the national capital at a time when there was shoppers brimming, shops were open and many of them were waiting to go back home. The Delhi police has already traced the vehicle to Pulwama in Jammu and Kashmir. It has been originally registered in Gurugram under the number HR26, owned by Mohammed Salman. The car, however, has changed many hands multiple times before it reached a person called Tariq in Shambhura village. Mohammed Salman has already been detained for further questioning. Central agencies are now investigating possible terror links behind the Pulwama connection. The probe continues as Delhi and several parts of the country continue to remain on extremely high alert. More and more news coming in. Where the Union Home Minister Amit Shah has now called a high-level meeting at 9:30 a.m. Basically, the investigation has begun, all angles being probed. The Union Home Minister had reached the spot. He had issued a statement to the media. The Delhi Chief Minister also went to a hospital as well as to the blast site. Now the big meeting is going to take place at 9:30 a.m. where all the stakeholders will be present. In fact, we are getting minute by minute more and more developments coming in. The NSG too has reached and we have those pictures up on your screens of the NSG having reached the Red Fort. Let me go across to my colleague Arunima. Arunima, the 9:30 a.m. meeting, the focus, the agenda, obviously is going to be the Red Fort blast, but what could be the focus of this big meeting called by the Home Minister?
So Home Minister wasted no time yesterday. Immediately after the news of the blast reached him, he called up the Delhi Commissioner of Police, spoke to the Director of Intelligence Bureau and the DG of NIA to take a first-hand account of what was known. So after that, he visited the spot himself. Once again, he was briefed right there, near that white screen is where the Home Minister was briefed. He was shown the area. So this morning, and he also went to the LNJP and he spoke to the victims. So he has a first-hand idea of what really the crime scene looks like, what really is the kind of injury that the victims have faced, and the deceased. He's also had a word with the medical professionals who are treating the victims. So after getting that first almost 12 hours have passed since the blast happened. He now wants to take a review to understand where the investigation is headed. If there is, coordination, perfect coordination, since multiple agencies are involved. Jammu and Kashmir Police is also a party to the case. Haryana Police is also assisting. And of course the central agencies. So first, perfect coordination between the various agencies. Second, in terms of any aid, is there anything else, any assistance that is required? A call could also be taken as to how soon to hand over this case to National Investigation Agency. If there are multi-city, multi-state or multi-state and union territory involvement, then NIA is best suited. And if there are any parallels that are being drawn with the Pulwama case and NIA having filed the charge sheet in this case, there is enough reason why the National Investigation Agency should take up. So post this meeting, perhaps a call could also be taken if NIA should be officially asked to take over this case. Already sections of UAPA mentioned in the FIR, an anti-terror probe means that NIA is the lead agency which will take over. So that's the broad thing on which Home Minister will focus. Coordination, any aid required, and in terms of intelligence, what is it that can be picked up? The MAC, the Multi-Agency Center of the Intelligence Bureau, what is the input that they can share?
Okay, we are going to wait, I guess, for 9:30 a.m. For all you know, Arunima, the NIA may be officially taking over the case. But before we go further, before we go across to all our other colleagues on the ground, let's listen to what the Union Home Minister had to say yesterday, the moment as soon as possible he reached the spot.
दिल्ली में आज लाल किले के पास करीब शाम को 7 बजे हुंडई i20 कार में एक ब्लास्ट हुआ है और ब्लास्ट के कारण कार और कार के आसपास की 3-4 व्हीकल और खड़े हुए लोग, ऑटो में बैठे हुए लोग इंजर्ड भी हुए हैं और कुछ मृत्यु भी हुई है। अस्पताल के सूत्रों के अनुसार अब तक 8 लोगों की मृत्यु हो चुकी है। कुछ लोग इंजर्ड हैं, इनका इलाज यहां पर चल रहा है। घटना किस कारण से हुई ये अभी कहना बहुत मुश्किल है। जब तक विस्फोट के स्पॉट पर से जो स्पेसिमेंस मिलेंगे, इसका जब तक एफएसएल का एनालिसिस, एनएसजी का एनालिसिस नहीं होता, इसके बारे में कुछ भी कहना दिक्कत है। मगर हम किसी भी एंगल को बंद नहीं मानते हैं। सभी एंगल का हम दृढ़ता के साथ आगे जांच करेंगे।